Good morning, everybody. Welcome to with Dima. As you can see, it is just Rob this morning. And I hope that's okay with you because we have an amazing guest today. While Dima's out, she's going to miss this one. This one's going to be tough because Dima is actually the one who set this up to speak with our next guest, Levar Robinson of Fathers on a Mission. And what's so great about this is that you're really going to love everything he has to say. He's got so much to bring to the table. But yes, Dima's going to miss us. Maybe she'll be able to pop in. Hopefully she can. But ultimately, she has tapped into an amazing person and human being doing great things in our community. And I want to bring Levar Robinson on the show. Hello, my friend. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Look, Levar, we have so much to talk about, but let's start with, I guess, what got us here. What got us here in terms of, I think Dima reaching out to you. From what I understand, she was captivated by something you were doing recently. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, I put together a uncomfortable discussion, a conversation on race relations, and I invited 9 strong, influential people in the city to come together and talk about race relations and to get an understanding of the why. And she and that's what she noticed the work that I did. I put together, the virtual session conversation, and she reached out to me about what is it that I do, and I shared with her everything that I had going on, and here we are today.
Here we are. Well, look, and that's a great segue. What do you do, Levar? Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about you, and then let's dive deep into this stuff because we have so much to talk about.
Yeah, all right.
So, a little bit about you, Levar. Like, what do you, where are you from? What do you like to do? Tell me more about yourself.
So again, everyone, my name is Levar Robinson. I am the founder and executive director of Fathers on a Mission, which is a fatherhood support initiative I started in 2017 with the goal of supporting fatherhood, regardless of your race, regardless of your status, regardless of your positioning, whether you're a great father or a father who needs help, just supporting fatherhood and also mentoring kids throughout the school system and in our communities with a focus on enhancing the greatness of our kids. I'm originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Capital High School class of 1995.
There you go.
Whoop, whoop, them Lions, baby. I got to put them out there, man. You don't hear about it too often, but we out here doing some great things.
You have to. I mean, you don't get that opportunity to
right.
Not anymore, especially not for high school. So you go for that, man.
There you go. So after high school, I really didn't have any plans on of what I was going to do after high school. I didn't have that good upbringing from a father or anything like that. So because of my strong mother, she said you weren't going to sit around here and do anything. So she took me to the Bon Marché Mall, to the military recruiting office. And so I ended up going to the Navy, where I spent 6 years, 2 nuclear submarines and 1 submarine tender, and so forth.
For your service.
I appreciate it. No problem.
But this also tells me one important thing. You're a crazy man. That's what that tells me. Because I know everyone who's gone underneath the water in a sub on them nukes, you are a wild one. That's what that says. But thank you for that. That is amazing. The sacrifices you must have had in that environment and with all those people and for that amount of time. Thank you so much for that, Levar. Thank you.
Yes, sir. No problem. You're welcome. I did 6 years in the Navy. After that, I entered the workforce and I worked for Northrop Grumman, Dow Chemical, ExxonMobil, and other few companies. And that's over a span of time. But my greatest joy is the organization that I started, Fathers on a Mission. Again, like I said, I started in 2017. It's one of the best things that God ever put in my heart to do, and I'm forever grateful for it.
Okay, you got to talk about the name. The name is right on, but why?
I prayed about it. I'm a believer, right? I prayed about it, and I think I wanted something of substance, something of value.
Yeah,
something that's going to be.
As soon as I saw it spoke to me. Like I knew what the value was going to be. I knew what the mission was, and I love that.
Right, and because at first, actually, God put it on my heart. So, whenever you have anything, it's always acronyms, right? United States Navy, USN, and so Fathers on the Mission. I was like, FOAM, foam. man, somebody gonna think I'm selling styrofoam, you know.
Foam party. Get everybody together. It's a foam party.
Yeah,
come to that.
Right. So I actually was kind of in denial about it, but I prayed about it, and I know the things that God has brought me from doing in my life. So I figured, where's my faith, and jump out on faith, and that's what I've done. So, but like I say again, I believe, like you said, just capturing the mind of fathers on a mission. We're not out here to juggle around and to do this and that, but we're on a mission. We have things to do. So yeah.
Love it. So can you talk a little bit about that organization? And I mean, obviously we know why it's close to you. I think we got some of that story there, but what are some of the amazing things that you've done? Can you tell us like a little bit more about some of the things that you've done with Fathers on a Mission?
Yeah. So one thing that we do is we have monthly fatherhood meetings, which we started in the summer of 2017. We had them at various temporary locations throughout the city. And I think maybe towards the beginning of 2018, Ms. Roxanne Welch, executive director at the Family Youth Service Center, opened her doors. So we started having our meetings over there. Awesome. And we once a month. Only time we didn't have it is maybe like it was a bad weather and the scheduling was conflicted with my work schedule, my job schedule, and I couldn't have one because of that in like hurricane season or something. Mm-hmm. But other than that, on the first Thursday of every month, we have our fatherhood meetings where we cover pillar topics on pillars of fatherhood. We don't cover politics. We don't cover sports. Nice. It's all about fatherhood topics. And either I have a presentation I have myself put together, or I have a expert come and talk about a subject matter expert come in and do a presentation. I mean, I also have a resource table where I provide different handouts, flyers. Sometimes I have free toys, free books that I take home to the kids. I even have a suit rack where I have anywhere from new to gently used suits that are free. I get people to donate. Really? Oh yeah, I had one lady. She contacted me. Her husband and her would relocate to Idaho, and he just had suits that he just didn't want anymore. So I went to her house and he gave me like 20 suits, man. It's awesome. And I tell guys when you come, and I tell guys when they come, I don't want to keep them. I don't want to have to store them. So please, if you can fit it, take it home. If it's a little bit too long, take it and get it hemmed up. This $120 suits, go spend the $10, $20 to get it hemmed up and everything. So, but yeah, we provide different resources. Then so we also have our annual celebration of fatherhood event where we the weekend prior to Father's Day weekend, which we didn't do it this year because of COVID. We just postponed it to when we don't know when we're going to do it. Gotcha. But we celebrate fatherhood. We have free food, free activities. We have a guest speaker coming about fatherhood. We have our annual father and daughter dance in December. So this year in December, hopefully COVID will be gone, and we have our 4th annual father and daughter dance. One of my greatest and proud partnerships I created last year was with the Knock Knock Children's Museum.
Yes.
Awesome. So on the 2nd Thursday of every month, we have Adventures of Fatherhood at 5:45 to 7. That's where guys can bring in the kids for free. It's really? Not the $13 a person charge, for free.
And when was this again? When is this on
the 2nd Thursdays of every month?
I knew they did something like once a month on a weekend. I think mission, but this is on a Thursday. It's
on a Thursday evening, 5:45.
After work, kids pop over.
Yeah. So, and of course, right now it's suspended until we start back up. Yeah. But that was one of the greatest things that came, because Knock Knock Museum is an awesome place. Shout out to Ms. Lucy over at Knock Knock Museum. She's a big fan of mine. So we have, and then we also have. So those are like majority of our fatherhood events as well. I'm gonna say the initiatives that we have on a continued basis, and then in between then we'll do other activities for fathers and kids. Everything is always totally free.
That's awesome.
The only thing we ever charge for is the father and daughter dance, and we only charge like $5 or $8. But what you receive is like so rewarding. The entertainment is fabulous. The dessert table is fabulous. We get food catered to your table. We have the Junior League in Baton Rouge comes out and they volunteer for service. Shout out to the Junior League.
Yeah.
So man, we're all over the
place. Levar, you are everywhere. You're everywhere.
Yeah, I can go on the things we're doing. I haven't even talked about the mentoring with the youth that we do. So it's like, man, it's just trying to help and not do too much to what we can't do, but help is always one and needed. But yeah, man, Father's on mission.
Doing so much. You're doing so much already. This is okay. So this is amazing. I was excited about this, and I get you all to myself. Dima's not here. I can be all greedy with you. And
there you go. There you go.
But so this is amazing. You're everywhere. I'm hearing you have a resource table. You have suits. You have a suit rack. If someone needs that, everything's free. There's a father-daughter dance. You've got, come on, knock. You're getting speakers. What do you want to do? What's missing? What's left in the formula that you have sort of ready?
So,
what's the mad scientist in you going to create next with this?
Man, right now we're just trying to it's just getting funds together so that we can get an office. We don't even have an office. I keep everything at my house, in my garage.
Gotcha.
I end up getting I rented a storage facility. So right now just trying to get a funding so that we can get an office, a building, so we don't have to go and borrow other people's spaces. So we can bring. Right now, I will have a father or a mother reach out to me and say, "Hey, Levar, we having problems, we having issues. Can we talk?" I mean, look, I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a licensed counselor.
Right.
I'm just a man with experience. But they will actually, when we'll go and meet at the city park or things like that at a neutral spot and talk and discuss some of the things that can help the families, whether they're together or not, function better. So getting spaces just so we can do that instead of having to meet at parks.
That's good.
To have our meeting and to have our resources.
Get old and stuff, right? I mean, having a place where you can feel comfortable and set that tone,
right?
Vibe. That's important. So no, that's good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because it's a lot of resources out there. So Baton Rouge, believe it or not, has a lot of resources for all the different things that need help and resources for. It's just the point that they're hidden. I ain't gonna lie, they are hidden. So I have to go out there and literally find, dig, call, open doors, kick down doors. And so that's what I do. That's how I get all this information and bring it to the table for the guys.
Wow, this is well. Look, I know there's some folks that watch the show, and I know me and Dima, whatever we can do to help, extend your reach, by all means, let us know. And you said some amazing things there too, Junior League. When I was talking to the president for this year yesterday, Narisha Kurtz Freeman, and they are one special group. I love to support them. They're a client of our company. I love to support them. I'm one of their CAB members, a community advisory board members. So they do some amazing stuff.
Yes.
And along with Knock Knock too, that's an amazing resource in this town. And to share that on a day like a Thursday with you and Fathers on a Mission, that's powerful. And for you to have that already built up, Levar, that's very impressive. You've only been doing this for 3 years? That is quite amazing, my friend. So
I appreciate it.
Tell me some of the things, if you can kind of put me in that zone right now. If I'm an attendee at Fathers on a Mission, what are some of the things that me as an attendee, what are some of the things that come up to you and say at the end? What do you hear as the ED? What do you hear from the people that you're representing and the people that you're helping? What are you hearing from them about your program?
Yeah, so one of my main goals is to, I thought about how can I get us men to talk, right? We're men, we're buff, we're tough, and we don't usually have those fatherhood discussions. That's something women do on a regular basis, regardless of where they are. So one thing I do, I set an environment to where guys can come in and let their hair down. They can feel comfortable, make them at home, show them that, hey, I'm just a man just like you. This is not about positioning. It's about the common term of fatherhood and fathers and father figures. So I make them feel comfortable and get them to talk. And so with a lot of guys, they love the topics that I bring. They love the discussions. And it's not a point to where it's just me speaking. I'm listening also. I was able to get me an assistant now. So she's also taking notes, getting some of the feedback, and we build that into our curriculum.
That's awesome.
So we built us a curriculum. We're curriculum based, but also we can also add and subtract to fit need individuals on a needed basis if we have to meet with them on an individual basis or when we come to our group meetings. So and everybody saying don't stop and how can we help or how to share it. Just getting guys to come. I think the since we started doing the virtual sessions because of COVID, and we do those on a weekly basis now. We reach a more audience because everybody just don't know. People get off from work or school, you know, they have the kids, so they have different reasons why they can't make the meetings. But I see the attendance is very well doing a virtual session, so
that's great.
They just tell me, man, just keep bringing the topics. They'll come back to me, hey, what have you covered this? I was like, yes, we have, but we're going to bring it back around because every topic you can't just do one time. You have to bring them back around.
Yeah, recycle them and keep them going. Well, you know, that's awesome. We've got do you know a friend of ours and me and Dima, Orhan McMillan? Do you know Orhan by any chance?
No.
We've got to introduce you to Orhan. Orhan started something a while back called Manfulness Living.
Okay.
And the idea was really we need to talk about what it means to be a man these days.
Yeah.
You know, what the definition of it is. What are your expectations? What does society think it is? What do you think it is? What do you know it to be? And stuff like that. And we bring up topics like that and discuss. And I would love for there to be some crossover there, man.
Definitely.
There could be some great crossover. And maybe that could be even a session or a virtual session or something down the line. Yeah. That would be amazing, man, because I think there's definitely some synergy there. There's I think quite a few shared topics and probably emotions that we could probably discover and uncover.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely for that. That's one thing I believe in. Like I said, my motto is support solutions. So whether it's somebody supporting my organization or me supporting your organization or your company or your individualism, it's about solutions. Without solutions, we won't get anywhere. So I'm always willing to, hey, let's do this, do it together. However we can do it to make it work to help somebody. Well,
so and I'm glad you ended with that because, I mean, within the first explanation of what you told me what y'all were accomplishing in such a short time, I was immediately like, how do we get other people to help? Where can people go? Where's the information? So can you tell us how people can find you? And then also, can you tell us, you know, how can we help launch Fathers on a Mission for you? How can we help support you with some solutions of our own, Levar?
Appreciate it, Rob. So our website is www.fathersonthemission.com. You go there, you find our mission, our vision, our goals, our upcoming events page, you know, contact page. You want to contact us with questions. And also the last piece that me personally, I'm still trying to work myself of not being kind of standoffish of mentioning is our donation page, right? Because you do need funds and things like that.
That's exactly why I was asking you for this, Levar. Let's just be honest to get this out there.
and that's something that has always been with me, is growing more. But I just had to mentally realize that, Levar, you can't just keep putting this out of your pocket. You have a home to take care of, your own family. And there are people and organizations and companies willing to support what you're doing, which is a good cause. So I need to just put it out there. Totally. So yes, the website is on the screen, fathersonthemission.com. Our Facebook page is FOAM, FOAM. We know we have a Twitter page and what's that on Instagram. So we put out we put visuals of the work that we do. I do the sessions we do at school, the tips and ties, the enhance your greatness sessions. We put all those videos and pictures, not all of them, but majority of them on the screens. We're always willing for people, guys, to come out and share what you have. Again, it doesn't matter your race, your status. If you have the time, if you're available, like I say, for the mentoring sessions, we do those for the most part through the weekdays at schools where kids are already gathered. We form partnerships at the schools where they say, hey, come on in with a set of time, bring in guys to talk about. What I like to do is bring in guys who have I would say the unordinary professions, right? One of my good friends, he's a cardiac anesthesiologist. So I bring him in and he'll talk to the kids. Wow. And they have no idea what it is, and so he shares what it is. Right?
That's impressive.
Yeah,
or you're creating some exposure, some excitement, and some awareness about something that someone might not know that they could ever be or learn about. That's impressive.
Right.
I like that. I like that.
It's so many different job skills and jobs available, career opportunities available. But if we don't teach them or show it to them, expose them to it, they won't know. That's like, I teamed up with Empower 225 and do career fairs.
Nice.
Right now, I'm actually working on a career. I'm gonna do a virtual. I'm gonna let this secret out the bag. But we're working on a virtual career fair for August, where I want to reach out to anybody that's listening. I want to please contact me. I want to get maybe 30 to 40 companies, organizations, anybody that's hiring. One Thursday evening in August, we're gonna bring them all on, and everybody's gonna get a 2 to 3 minute spiel on their company, the position they're hiring, and how the person can apply for the job.
That's impressive.
A lot of people lost jobs and things like that, so it's very important for us when people start hiring back to get that information out. But yeah, so just getting volunteers to come out just to help when we do the mentoring in school, share your availability. The contact information is on the website, but if you want to contact me directly, I have no problem telling you my phone number is area code 225-247-2106. Call me, let me know. Again, I don't have a paid staff yet. We're working on this. As much as we get funding to get a building, get an office manager, things like that. We want to expand phone. When I first started, I only envisioned doing this for the city of Baton Rouge, but I began invitations. I've done sessions in New Orleans and Houston, in different areas, but we definitely want to expand it. I actually want to get this to the point where I have a staff running it, and I can just fall to the backside and then just do my hands-on work. I'm more of a hands-on person, like the mentoring. I want to go to the schools. I want to host career fairs and job fairs and tell kids about all the different opportunities, and have presenters and other guys facilitate and host the fatherhood sessions in 2 or 3 different locations around the city. As we speak of that, we have another location where we're going to probably start having fatherhood meetings next year. So it's a lot of things that's come into play slowly, but the support from people as far as volunteering, different resources that can support the fathers, so they can support the organization, including funding. We have a treasurer that's a 12-year CPA that manages our book. So set up a meeting with me. I'll meet with you. We can talk over this.
Awesome.
I got a lot. It's a lot that needs to happen. And of course, we're not trying to do it all. We're only trying to do what we can. And that's going to take resources and help from others.
Gotcha. So then if you're more hands-on, that's where you could use some of the help to do what your strength is, right? I'm imagining this stuff is sort of exhausting. It's probably, not your strength, and it takes a little more time for you than someone who's probably really good at these things, very detail-oriented and stuff like that. So if there's anyone out there that could obviously, lend some of their time, some of their effort, some of their skills and resources, that would be amazing. So then what's the best way they should get in touch with you? Should it be through that phone number? Should they go to the website? Is there an email?
Call me directly.
Call you directly.
Call me at 225-247-2106, or you can email me at foambr2020@gmail.com.
There you go. And this is on the website as well.
Yes. On the contact page.
Perfect.
Various ways to contact.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. No, that's great. This is awesome. I really got to say, this is quite impressive. I was excited when I heard that you were going to be a guest, and then seeing all that you've been able to accomplish is really, really inspiring, Levar. I've got to tell you that. Now, I kind of want to know where that comes from. Where are you getting all this motivation to do this and this energy? Because you said your job, you're obviously doing this, after hours. Where are you getting this energy from?
Man, it's just I grew up in poverty. My dad was never in my life. And so as I was in the military, I didn't have the best male guidance. So I know I had kids, and I really didn't know how to be a father. And so over time, as I look back on some of the things that I should have done, and one of the things I realized that I want to do better. So after living away from Baton Rouge for 13 years, that's been in the Navy, working for Northrop Grumman, and other things, I moved back down here. I want to say maybe in 2006, I moved back home. And one thing I talked with my youth pastor at the church I was at, and I actually how can I get more involved. And so I started working with the youth in the youth ministry, young adult ministry.
Gotcha.
I started teaching youth Bible study, youth Sunday school, co-teaching. And so I learned so much, and at the same time, I found a joy in sharing and enhancing the greatness of others, of kids. So then I decided, you know what? I want to do more than just the kids that I see on Sundays and Wednesdays. I have more free time. I just trying to figure out what can I do. And Dr. Ernie Hughes, who was a professor at Sun University, he approached me about joining 100 Black Men. So
Yes.
I was like, who, me? Me? Okay. So
Yeah, you.
yeah. So at the same time, I joined the 100 Black Men. I spent 4 years with 100 Black Men, learned a lot about the nonprofit world, learned a lot about the different opportunities available. And I helped, I did a lot of work with Project Excel, and that was a great time. At the same time, I wanted to do other things such as, go into the schools during the middle of the day when I was available, not at work and things like that. So I got involved with VIPs, got involved with Big Buddy, and things like that. So after a few years of doing that, I just seen that if I was just sitting around my thumbs twiddling because I was on someone else's schedule, I have to wait until they said, okay, you can do this. And I was like, I have more time available than what you have available for me. And so I think that was part of one of the reasons of starting the organization, because I want to do more with the time I have, but also use my experiences not only to reach youth, but I say, you know what, I need to reach fathers. I looked around the city. I didn't see any organization that was putting out information or anything for fathers and father figures. And I even asked around, nobody could tell me anything. So I prayed about it. And like I said, God dropped it in my lap, because at first I was in denial about it. I was like, I'm not a businessman, I work in the industry. I work in the plant industry. I don't do this. And so I got frustrated, and God's like, I told you what to do it, and I got you. And so so I had to put my faith on the line. And I ran with it, right? So I used my experiences in the research that I do to help the kids and the fathers. So just knowing that I want everyone, when I say everyone, I know I can't touch and physically touch everyone, but I'm gonna try to do my best to do what I can. But I want people can be better if they're just better equipped, because I know that in my life I'd have made some better decisions if I was just given the tools necessary to be successful. I wasn't, even though I still had a great path. I'd worked for 3 top Fortune 500 companies, so I've done very good. It's just that I want to make sure the kids that's coming up behind me, the other fathers who are equal to me, have the tools and resources. So I believe one thing, that if a person or a child is not given options, then they only do the one thing that they know. So I believe in giving people options. No, even though you know this, well, what about this? Here's this, and here's that. Now it's up to you to make a decision. So just realizing that the way I did, I want kids, especially kids and youth, to do it in straight coming out the gate. Parents, we make sure we raise our children to the best point as possible, right? And then, parent might say, well, I don't know how. That's why I want to say, bam, here's the resources, here's information. So now it's just up to the parent to either take the resources or deny it, and ultimately you're affecting the child. So yeah, man, it's just knowing that if Levar Robinson, coming from Capital High School, coming living in poverty, can be successful. I don't like to call myself successful, but everybody's like, just admit it, you're successful. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm still working.
But that's a good point. But what do you define success as? Because I'm over here, and if I'm watching the broadcast, I'm thinking extremely successful, successful at changing lives. And
I appreciate that.
So, and it's I don't know. Success isn't always about money. So, and I think a lot of it really is not. So, I would say that you are highly successful, more successful than most that try to take something like this and grow it in such a short amount of time. And I imagine the impact that you have grown as well over time as it keeps growing and it's compounding. So, I see you as highly successful, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I guess, and then just for me, and this is how I think. Now, I'm not saying for the viewers at home, anybody else, but for me, I feel success will be when I finish, when I can sit back in my chair, retired, and I can just look back at what I left for everyone else, what I've left for my kids. So that's just for me. So, but I do appreciate and acknowledge what you said about success, and it's definitely not about money. Nah.
Yeah. And it might be a byproduct of some success, but really it's that happiness and joy that comes along with it, right? And those experiences. And it's not just keeping those experiences to yourself; it's passing that along. That's what you're doing. That's why Fathers on a Mission is so incredible. Speaking of fatherly duties, let me decline this Microsoft Teams call for my daughter's summer school that's starting downstairs at this moment.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. So, I mean, look, I think this is amazing. So, what are some of the obstacles you're facing now? I know the space is something that you'd love to have, but and I guess this pandemic's obviously kind of an issue, right? But what are some of the, if not the current obstacles, what are the next obstacles that your organization is going to face to reach its goal, to reach its vision?
Yeah, like I said earlier, that's a great question. But like I said earlier, space, building a space to where we can expand things on a general basis, where we have everything in a centralized location, and that in funding every organization. Like so we talked about the Junior League of Baton Rouge. Every organization needs funding to enhance their program, for their program to even just to run. So those two components, along with volunteers, and get more volunteers on a consistent basis. Now I get the volunteers on a hit and miss, but I mean, everybody has some time that they can contribute in order to make this organization grow. And I definitely would love to have fathers or men. Men, you don't have to be a father, but I definitely would love to have fathers.
Father figure too. That's still right. That also, yeah.
Yeah. So and that's it, man. More minds. Because I need to lay some of this on other people and get more ideals. So
then you can do more. You can do more with more hands. So
yeah, I mean, and men, we men, we're leaders. So we need to be in that position of leadership. And those men who have not been taught the necessary skills, then we can teach them. We can help them, bring them up. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's it's definitely needed. And that's what we're here to do.
I love it. Levar, I do have a fatherly duty. Can I step away for 5 seconds to show my son something really quick?
Yeah, I'll entertain the people while you're gone.
So he can stop.
Go ahead.
He's poking around the desk. He's giving me notes and papers, and I'm like, I get the hint, son. I'll be right there. Give me one.
All right. So while Rob is going off to do his fatherly duties, so I just want to encourage everyone to check out our website, www.fathersonthemission.com. Like I said, we have virtual fatherhood meetings going on right now during COVID. This Thursday, our topic is dealing with emotions. As men, we're usually taught to be strong, not to share our emotions and things like that. But we have to realize that it's okay to cry. It's okay to release those feelings, to talk to someone about the different things that we go to. So we're going to have that session on this Thursday at 7 p.m. on Zoom. You can on a phone Facebook page or on our website, you can go and click on the Zoom registration and be part of that conversation. We have Dr. Sarah Becker from LSU who's going to come and show and present to us and have questions and answers for us. It is open to any fathers, father figures, ladies, women. I know y'all want to join in. I ask you to just for the father sessions that you can view it on our Facebook Live. We actually do sessions that women are available to take part in, such as I want to say 3-4 weeks ago we did effective co-parenting, and we had women and men on conversation, and that was a great conversation. We even had the representative from DCFS. And I know a lot of men might not like DCFS because child support and this and that, but DCFS actually have some great programs that they came and share with us. For instance, here's one I'll share with you. They have a program to where they have an attorney on standby that if a father that's on child support and the mother is keeping the child away from the father, you go and you speak with this attorney, and she will go to court for free on your behalf. That's right, for free. So yes, the DCFS that a lot of non-custodial men, fathers don't like, they do have programs that are geared to help fathers. They also have another program to where if your driver's license is suspended due to child support, they have a program to where help you get your license back, to where you just make payments on getting your arrears out of debt. So But just so everybody knows, it's not just for single fathers. No, it's also for married fathers. We have sessions about the life of a married father. So we have I'm not married yet, but we have a married father come and talk about the different aspects of life as a married father, different things they go through, which also involves co-parenting. Because even because you're married, you still may have different parenting styles.
Right.
So this co-parenting is still a big important thing. And also, I'm gonna share that with our effective co-parenting meeting that we did, we talked about something a lot of people don't know about, which is there's two types of parenting, not just co-parenting. There's parallel parenting, and then there's co-parenting. Co-parenting is where we want everyone to be, but in some unfortunate cases, parallel parenting is what goes on. Parallel parenting, not co-parenting. So that's a big thing that we talked about. We brought to the light. A lot of people didn't know about it. A lot of the mothers didn't know about it, and it makes a lot of sense. Again, that was just doing research and things like that and finding out about it. So I say that to say, check our website out on the upcoming events page for what we're doing, even the Facebook page. Again, this Thursday, 7 p.m., dealing with emotions. Also, I mentioned earlier that we're working on a virtual career job fair. We're going to have employees come on, talk about available positions and how to apply. Some of the upcoming, some topics that we have covered and we're coming back around to: childhood trauma. The Baton Rouge Advocacy came and did an awesome presentation last year on childhood trauma.
Wow.
That and also sex trafficking. Now, sex trafficking was another good one. For myself, I thought sex trafficking was when a child is being trafficked, from a state to state or a state to the country. But you can have your child can be sex trafficked by somebody on the back street or your neighbor, and things like that. They showed a great examples and showed us what sex trafficking really means. We also have domestic violence coming up soon. What else? Different, man. We have different topics that we hit. Again, like I say, it's about pillars of fatherhood. We don't talk about the sports. We don't talk about politics because we do that on a normal basis. We do that regularly, right?
Yeah.
And so our meetings, we have guys that are black, guys that are white, Hispanic. It doesn't matter. Everyone comes, everyone tunes in because the information, regardless of how it is, it's for all of us, not just some of us. Rob is back.
I'm back. But look, we can change this show. I'm totally fine with taking off Tuesday, Thursdays, man. I love it.
Awesome.
You did great. And look, I'm so glad you took that time because, as trivial as it might sound, not putting that on the television at that time and calming my son down would have meant that I wouldn't be able to have a meaningful conversation with you. So I had to take care of that. But
it happened.
I'm so glad you went with it because while you were talking, I'm listening as I'm getting this stuff done behind camera. And I went to the phone page on Facebook. I've already shared the post, and I'm signing up, man. I'm gonna check my schedule, and Thursday's looking good.
It's awesome. And like I said, I'm
on here for the Baton Rouge Youth Coalition too.
Yeah, so a lot of my partners, they'll send out information. That's one thing, man. I don't just share things that we're doing. I share things other organizations are doing in the community.
Awesome.
Lucas reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, look, we need to get some recruitment up. Can you share this?" I thought, "Of course, no problem."
Amazing.
And, yeah, man, it's not a Fathers on a Mission thing or Levar Robinson thing. It's a all of us thing, and we have to do what we can to support each other and companies and organizations.
Well, and it's all about that awareness too. A lot of times these resources are hiding, and they're not necessarily hiding. They've got a brick and mortar. They've been there for years. They're established and serve the community. You just don't hear about it, or it literally is just hiding a few streets or a few minutes away. So that's what's so crazy about Baton Rouge, I find, is that we really don't get credit for all the amazing things that we have and do. And we don't give ourselves credit for where we live and what's around us.
Right.
But there's amazing resources, like you said, the Junior League of Baton Rouge, Knock Knock Children's Museum. I mean, the Baton Rouge Youth Coalition. Wow. Big Buddy. Come on. These are organizations that are they're like part of the fabric of a lot of people's experiences growing up or day to day. So I think it's impressive that you're launching not just Fathers on a Mission, but you're also elevating others around you as well for those solutions you were talking about earlier. I love it.
Definitely, and that's what it's all about. I like to acknowledge those who are doing good or trying to do good. Just because a lot of people say, "Hey, where's this? Where's that?" So that's why before you ask, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna flood it. On a regular
Yes.
basis, I will share job opportunities. On my personal page, I just share any job opportunities, events, anything I see that's positive that somebody can use. I'm gonna share it. I always put career opportunities and share the job, because a lot of people say there are not jobs out here, right? And I know right now it's scarce, but previously there are jobs. There are a lot of jobs that you may or may not have the qualifications for, but there's training. I just did it. As a matter of fact, another meeting we did a few weeks ago is on the front of our phone Facebook page. We did workforce development. Empower 225 came and did a workforce development presentation.
Wow.
And Daryl Lewis from Employer BR came and talked about employment opportunities. So it's out there. So that's why I'm saying we're just pushing it. Here we go. I can't find a job. Here you go. You're not gonna find a job sitting at home. You're not gonna find a job doing this. But no way, I'm gonna help you out. Here you go. So now it's up to you again. Now you have another option. So it's up to you to reach out and grab it. So
Love it. Love it. It's so powerful. So let me ask you this: what sort of connections are you looking to still make? What is there another organization that you would maybe like to make contact with, and maybe someone watching can kind of help? Maybe we just kind of float it out there in the universe and it comes back to us in a good vibe.
Yeah, it's not necessarily none in particular. Like I've met a lot of great organizations, a lot of great people. It's just a point of continuing building and supporting one another, supporting the fathers on the mission how we can. If someone out there has an office space that we can use until we get enough funding to where we can to rent one, we would definitely be appreciative of that. Or if you have a storage space we can store materials. I mean, I have all kinds of stuff and it's getting in the way. I live outside of the city limits, so I have to travel, and just supporting us and helping us to build up the community, whichever way. A lot of people know that we need volunteers again.
Yep.
I can't get enough office space or storage areas. I'm open to any organizations to partner with. We've done a lot of stuff with the YWCA, Dustin LaFon, Front Yard Bikes, one of my good friends.
Yeah.
We have some coming up with them next week. Empower 225, I say again, Miss Susan and the folks over there with Empower 225, HP Serve Healing Place. It's so many organizations that are doing a lot of great things that are, and then the thing is, some of them are on the low scale because they don't have the recognition or the platform. So it's people out here that people out on the outside that have the platform that you have to advertise these organizations would be great. We don't need $1 million, but we can use 4 or 5 figures, to help us do what we can, So
or even a few more suits or something along the way, right? Or
yeah.
like storage.
You have suits that you don't want, you're not using, or whatever the case may be. We'll take the suits once we get our in-person session set back up. We have the suits available for guys. One meeting we had, the guys from some young men from a group home came. And all 18 of these young men left that night with a suit. That was powerful. Yes, some of them need to be hemmed. Some have to wait another year to wear them, but they left with something that they did not have. And then also with that, I can't remember what the topic was for the night, but it was meant for them to be there that night because the topic we had, it just in tune with them being there. And then of course, as men, we had to do some mentoring while we was there. We had to talk to them, what is that you're confused about? What is it that you don't know about life? Yeah. What guidance do you need? So we not let somebody come in the door and not take part. I had a meeting with Congressman Garrett Graves, great guy. I guess maybe in the early part of the fall, I ended up meeting him because I know his wife Carissa from the work I do at Crystal Ray, and so she set me up a meeting with him. So I met with him. He came by one of our meetings, and so what were we talking about? We was talking about things that we need to do as fathers. God, I can't remember what it was, but so at the end we did a round table, and so he was listening to when everybody else was speaking. So then, like when it was coming towards his turn, he kind of got a text message. He responded to a text, so it came to him, and Congressman, I'm just saying. Like I said, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Graves. This is not your meeting today, sir. You're in my meeting. So guess what? It's your turn to answer.
Love it.
And so everybody started laughing, but he shared what he learned, and he was very glad that he came because he actually realized something with himself, or what his, that within himself that can be enhanced. And that's what it's all about. Nobody's perfect. There's no book about being the greatest father, but it's about learning something, and then just taking it and using it. Or if you know what, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you think you're the greatest father, we need you.
Oh,
if you know
what you did there. I see what you did.
I need you. I need your support. I need your expertise to come and help us, to come and mentor guys like me who still need help. I still need help. Yeah, my daughter might call me the greatest, but I'm not gonna call myself the greatest. So if you feel you're the greatest, Rob, if you're the greatest, come on in, man. We need you.
I'm not. And I was thinking this when you're saying this, I'm like, you said there's no book. You're right. There is no book. There's no manual. And there's no YouTube channel for this. But one way that I learn is by seeing, and then I can do. So for me, I'm a visual learner. But when other people emulate something that I want to do for myself, or that I haven't put into action, and I haven't had the momentum or that foundation built yet, it makes me want to build it. It makes me want to do it. And it gets me excited about it. So I love that. A lot of times when you just see another dad doing something cool, doing something awesome, a lot of time when you hear about it and you know what kind of impact that would make, that is enough. That's the learning experience that's showing me. So I'm not the greatest. I know I'm not the greatest, but I can absolutely learn from you. I think I have today, and I can learn from others too. So there's no one that's impervious to additional learning, skill building, and education. That just doesn't exist. We're just not built that way. We're built to absorb and to keep escalating or elevating ourselves to the next level. So that's what I love about this, because it immediately, Fathers on a Mission tells me impact. It tells me energy. It tells me action. And that's what I love, is that you are all about that and you're getting it done. So I absolutely am going to be on this call on Thursday at 7. I got to see what's going on, man.
Please do, definitely.
In any way that I can help too, I want to see how I can help with this. This is something that is, I think it means a lot to me. It's in my core. I want to kind of let a little bit of it out, and I obviously want to intake some more too, because I want to learn.
Awesome. I want to share this too. I really didn't realize how strong and impactful Fathers on a Mission is until a friend of mine, Greg Deshari with Magellan Health, we was meeting, and he was telling me, Levar, because what it was that on a lot of stuff I was using phone. He said, Levar, you need to use Fathers on a Mission more than just using phone. I was like, well, Greg, he's like, no, Levar, you understand. Listen to what I'm going to say. He said, Fathers on a Mission. I was like, wow. So I thank Greg for that. Greg is another great guy.
Yeah.
He does My Life youth seminars. He's you've never heard of Greg Deshari. He's with Magellan Health. He does My Life, and he goes around the country and do some things with the youth also. But yeah, he's the one that told me, and you just reiterated what he told me. I think you two guys are the only ones who told me verbally told me how impactful Fathers on a Mission is. And I was like, whoa, and that's good. And I think it's also captivating when someone reads it.
It instantly speaks to you, and it puts me in. I puts me in the zone. Yeah. And I'm ready. And I'm either ready. What it does to me is it either says do or listen, is what it kind of tells me. That's that. So I love that. I love the name, and it is powerful. Foam is great if you're trying to make it really quick and people are already aware. But Fathers on a Mission. Fathers on a Mission. Fathers on a Mission all day long. I love it. It means so much more. Yeah.
And last week, at our meeting last Thursday, it was we just had a general discussion on fatherhood. And one of the videos I showed was a video of men, grown men talking about their experiences when they were kids. And so you had, of course, guys of different races. And someone was talking about how their dad was there, how the dad wasn't there, how the dads were there, but he weren't there. That's another topic that I think that was the topic I mean earlier we talked about in the meeting was being there but not being there. But it was a great video, man. And if anybody goes back and view our live feed, it's on the Facebook. Every meeting we do, we record it, we post it on our Facebook page. But the meeting from last week, I showed the video where these guys as grown men was talking about their different experiences, what they got and what they didn't, or what they did not receive from their father as a kid. It's very impactful. It's very touching. And they're just talking about the meaning of fatherhood. Then I showed another video to where fathers and their kids, they was asking the kids, what makes you proud of me, right? And then the fathers had to explain why they are proud. And that's something we were saying, that it's very, very important for us to tell our kids that I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah.
But not just that you're proud of them, but why? Why? I think the why is so powerful, man. That's just something that just been floating in my head these last 6 months or so. The why. That's why I did the session with the race relation discussions, because it's important for everybody to know the why. Why does this person feel the way they feel? Why does this person believe in what they believe in? Once you learn the why, then it's your choice. It's your choice to, you say, okay, now let me go back and change my thinking and think about this again, or I'm just going to continue with my thinking. But at least now I know the why. So now I can say why they're doing it, but whether I agree or disagree. But yeah, the why is very important.
Well, and the when's important too.
Yeah.
You can't just float it out there.
Yeah.
And it won't stick.
Yep.
So, and you mentioned about being, present. You can be in someone's presence and not be present.
That's
so
correct.
That intentionality, that deliberate, effort to be there while it's going on. So not just saying I'm proud and why I'm proud of you, son, but when, in that moment where it's most impactful, when it would make the most meaningful, I guess, existence with those words. That's it. I mean, that's when it all sinks in. That's that moment.
Yeah.
That's that perfect moment you want as a father. But it's tough. Those times are few and fleeting, but that's good because you're practicing it. You're not just practicing saying, I'm proud of you, son, or I'm proud of you, daughter. You're why? And then if we could just do that a whole lot more, that'd be a lot better.
Yeah, the same thing with love. You tell your child, I love you. I love you. Why? If you choose to say I love you because I love you, that's fine. But just I love you because, because somebody could say, you say your dad love you. Why does he love you? That's a good question. And man, these kids are amazing, man. Times are changing and they're thinking all kinds of things. So that's why it's so important, man, for us to pour into our kids. Never get tired of saying I love you. Never get tired of saying I'm proud of you. Yes, correct them when they're wrong. Yes, discipline when they need it. Yes, give them punishments when they need it. But also love on them at the same time. My daughter, she knows that when she do something wrong, you're gonna get a punishment that fits that problem, that issue. But at the same time, I'm gonna love on you. I'm gonna, you're gonna punish me, but come on, let me show you how to put dishes in the dishwasher, or how to do this. I'm gonna give you a teaching lesson, right? Then once you're off your punishment, we can go back to fun time.
Yeah.
So man, it's a balance, man. That's one thing we have to realize, that being a father, or even with a mother, it's a balance. Parenting is a balance. And you have to just look at it critically, and you have to put that time and effort into it. Unfortunately, not enough time is being put into it. That's why we have so many issues with youth. But we have to put more time. I don't care if you're white, black, purple, or pink. They all need time. They all need love. They all need food, support, man. We can do this. This is the only way things are going to get better, is that we take this generation that's coming up behind us and put in values, give them a great value system, man. We can do it. We just got to take time to do it, and also help each other, and also be willing to receive help from one another.
That's a good one. Willing to receive help. That's tough. That's, you got to release some pride, some previous expectations. You've got to let some of that baggage go for you to be able to receive something like this.
Yes.
Wow, that's a powerful one, because I imagine I imagine some folks probably come and they're not ready to receive yet. And you've got, I imagine you deal with those obstacles. So that's important. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, I know. I had guys that told me, like, man, I was gonna come to your meetings a long time ago, but I was like, man, I don't need nobody telling me how to be a father. I was like, bro, hold on, let me finish. Like, but I see now that I came and saw what it's about. You're not trying to tell me how to be a father. You're just trying to have a conversation with us about fathering things,
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatever we can do to support each other. Take it. It may be something that I can take a piece from, or maybe I can help someone else. But it's about not trying to tell somebody how to necessarily be a father, but taking what you need and also helping someone else at the same time.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Levar, thank you so much, man. I just want to ask you a few more questions before we go.
Yes, sir.
And let's make them rapid fire so I can get a few in, probably more than I have up here already and working. Okay.
All right.
Do you have a specific quote, or do you have a quote that you like or that you draw on a lot?
Hashtag support solutions.
Okay, I love it. And then do you have a mentor that you would like to recognize?
God, I'm a believer, God. But Mr. George Bell, Capital United Way, Dr. James Gilmore, huge mentor of mine. Diana Payton with the YWCA. So yes, I also have a female mentor. So those are those are the especially in this line of business. My mom is a great inspiration to me, man. She, without her, I would never be the man that I am today. I would never went into the military. I would have never started off on a good path. So she is. I have to restructure and put her next to God. But yeah, man, those are the ones who keep me in line and give me spankings when I need them.
Look, I was going to bring it up, and I'm glad you mentioned that too. Hold on one second. Let me say something important because you need to hear this too. Come here, love. It takes a lot to be. Look, this is my friend Levar. It's my new friend Levar. This is Myra.
Hey, Myra.
It takes a lot to be a father, and you can try to do it alone, but we all know that it does take support, like you said, and those support solutions. Sometimes those support solutions come from, and a lot of times they come from our partners. They come from our spouses, our husband and wives. They come from our grandparents, and that support system that we've built is so important for us to be able to do the work that we can do as a father. So, and I'm glad you mentioned about that too, because my mom was also, she had to play father sometimes. When you're a single mom, that's what you have to do a lot. You have to play mom and dad, and so that's a tough one. But I can see how, regardless, not trying to tell someone what to do, you're not trying to tell them that they're not the best. It's just the conversation, and it's so amazing what just the conversation can actually execute once it's been had. But not having it doesn't give it a chance to live, exist, and grow.
That's right. Get it right on the head.
I love it, Levar. I really want to see how we can wrap after this and do some stuff together. If there's anyone or anything that you need help with, I would love to help you. I love the mission. I love the Fathers on a Mission. And I'm so glad you've been doing this since 2017. Can't wait to do it till 3017. And that's awesome, man. Let's see how we can keep this puppy going.
Definitely. I definitely appreciate it, Rob.
Thank you for coming on this show today, Levar. This is very special to me. I am so glad I got you all to myself and that we had a chance to talk about this stuff. This is amazing. Is there anything you want to say before we leave the show? Is there anything you'd like to mention?
Oh man, I thank you. I thank y'all for inviting me. It was meant to be. No offense, Dima. It was meant between me and you because for us to have this conversation, man. Because it was just so much that we put out, and we connected. This conversation was awesome. We fathers. We was able to share. It wasn't just like we just did. It wasn't just a one-way thing to where you ask me questions and I answer. You were able to share because you are a father on a mission, and that's what's very important. That men have to realize that you don't have to fill out an application or this and that to be a father on a mission. You are a father on a mission if you're trying to do the right thing with your kids. That's it. There's no club card or no dues to pay. You are a father on a mission, and so I just want us to get together, support one another, and build one another up. So again, the website's on here, fathersonmission.com, Facebook page, FOAM. Father figures join us. We're not anti-mothers, anti-women. That's not the case. We're just a support system for fathers and ultimately build up the family.
I love it. I am so inspired by you today, my friend. And I'm glad to call you a friend now. We are friends now. I hope you know that. I love it. Levar, thank you so much. I just want to say that this has been quite impactful. And you've made an impression on me, and I hope you have for everyone who views this live and views this later that it's recorded. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for pushing through to get this done and being like in the stuff and gritty with this to make this happen, because a lot of this is awkward. A lot of this is not easy, and you're just pushing it through. And I think that, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that, man. And really appreciate you having me on the show. We got to do this again sometime.
Definitely. No problem. Anytime.
Absolutely, Levar. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody, for being on the show. Have a great one, and like this, and by all means, spread the word about Fathers on a Mission. Love it. Love it.